Crypto and XRP continue to drop because of two specific things, and it was just exposed that my theory all along about what the Iranians were doing was spot on. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. We got a lot to talk about today, so all I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button. Let's try to get 1,000 likes on this video, guys. Listen, recently, the likes, I'm not going to beat around the bush. They've been weak. And I talked to the experts at the Institution of BS, and they told me that that is the only way that XRP is going to be good, right? I'm trying not to say specific words for the algo. Who knows? Maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Let's go with the experts. Please read the disclaimer. If you're still here after that really cringe opening, I appreciate you. Right now, XRP is sitting at $1.04. XRP almost dropped under $1 while the crypto market was taking a big sell-off here. As you can see, Bitcoin dropped to under 60,000, but has recovered a little bit since then. Ethereum as well. You can see all of them. The algos kicked in and started selling off the whole crypto market. And it was interesting. Why? Because we actually started out with pretty good news. US GDP revised to 2.1, forecast was 1.7, previous was 1.6. Stronger GDP means the economy is growing faster than expected, which is bullish for USD and yields, but can put pressure on Bitcoin and stocks because the Fed has less reason to cut rates. Then PCE also came in at 4.1. This is the highest since 2023. And so now the Fed has no room left to cut rates. PCE index, the Fed's main inflation gauge, rose to 4.1 year over year in May, up from 3.8 the month before. That's the wrong direction, and still more than double the Fed's 2% target. At the same time, the economy is not slowing down. The GDP is up. The labor market backs this up. Initial jobless claims came in at 215, better than 225 expected, meaning companies are still not cutting workers in large numbers. Consumers are spending too. Personal spending rose 0.7 in May, above the 0.6 forecast. Core durable goods orders, which strip out volatile transport numbers, rose by 1.3. There's one weak spot, though. Headline durable goods orders fell 4.5% in May, sharp reversal from 8.5% gain the month before. Since the core numbers stayed positive, this looks like more a 1 month swing than a trend. Put it together and you get strong growth. Feel it? I'm sorry, I had to tell off my son. He was banging on the table. He didn't even notice that he was doing it. Sorry about that. If you heard it in the microphone. The combination gives the Fed almost no justification to cut rates anytime soon. Data lands right as Kevin Warsh, the new Fed chair, has already signaled he's open to more rate hikes instead of cuts. Number like these are only strengthening the case heading into the next FOMC meeting. And it's interesting because initially, when the data came out, the market actually rose. You can see right here, this is when the data came out. It rose. And then as soon as the stock market started trading, huge sell-off, right? And you can see the inverse here on the S&P 500. Also, as it opens, sell-off. So this is interesting. Is it Jane Street? What's going on here? Why did we see the sell-off? So it's not just the crypto market that is selling off, but it's interesting that also pre-market, you can see S&P 500 actually had the same movement. And as soon as it opened up at 430, sell-off, big sell-off. Interesting. Manipulation, one might say. And then now we have to look at this situation with XRP. XRP actually held the $1 range. Now, if you are interested, you can take advantage of the current market fluctuations, the current market situations. We have the exchange here, Ubit, you can see, and they have an amazing promotion right now, where if you sign up now, the first 100 users only will get the $200 position voucher if you download the app. We've had 17 claim it, so there's still 83 left if you want to claim that $200 position voucher. So link is in the description down below. This is an affiliate link, so I will get a commission. And we also have the 3,500 XRP giveaway on BTCC if you're interested in participating in that competition as well. We have lots of incentives to trade right now, and this might be an opportunity when XRP is very, very close to $1. Now, it might continue to drop. So those that are short right now are in profit. It could be a possibility that we sell off even more and we could recover here. Again, I don't know what the market's going to do. Of course, as always, this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Very, very important to remember. And if you do use my links, again, these are affiliate links, so I will get a commission. Helps us keep the lights on and helps out the channel. It's the easiest way, other than smashing the like button, that you can support the channel. Okay. So this is an interesting situation right now, and we'll see how the markets recover off this because it seems that Kevin Warsh is not going to be reducing interest rates anytime soon, even if President Trump really wants it, because the economic data is not letting us get to that levels. But stocks are down today. Individual stocks like Apple is down big because they had some bad news. They're bringing up the prices, so it fell. But oil and metals came up a little bit, as you can see, or you can see because I wasn't showing you. You can see oil is at 71, back to 71. So it rose off. It was under 70 just a few hours ago, 69, and now it's rising. Interesting. When did it start to rise? At 4:30? A little bit after that. Interesting. Silver and gold sold off, not exactly, but interesting. Okay. So now I want to talk to you guys about this. So if you've been watching the channel for a while, and I know that most of you have, you know my theory about how I thought the Iranians were manipulating the crypto market because I saw specific movements that were happening when things were going on regarding Iran. Well, now it comes out that investigators found out that 1.5 billion Bybit exploit, if you remember, the largest crypto hack in history, links to North Korea and Iran. The Wall Street Journal, citing TRM Labs, has linked part of North Korea's 1.5 billion Bybit hack to wallets run by Iranian central bank. Those fund moves through exchanges like CoinEx, which TRM says has routed 3.8 billion in Iran-linked flows since 2019. It now denies any government and sanctioned entity ties, saying Iran blacklisted in 2021. I am not surprised that this is coming out. I told you that I knew that the Iranians had lots of crypto, and there was high probability that they were manipulating and doing shenanigans because their economy is such in a turmoil right now. So anything that happens, any weird scenarios that pop up in the crypto market, even October 10th, I know that there's been research, but I think maybe they had something to do with that also. So very interesting situation right now. And the yen to dollar continues to collapse. The dollar hits the highest level in over 2 years at 161.95. Where is the potential intervention from the Japanese government? Again, this could also be one of the reasons that we're seeing pressure on the markets, especially the crypto market. And you can see it's not just the crypto market. Everything fell. As everything opened, they all sold off in together. And so this is the algos playing beautifully. What would you call this tune? Right? Let me know in the comment section. What would you call this? These kinds of graphs. Sweet chin music, putting us to sleep. Right? Those of you that watched WWF back in the day, then it turned into WWE. But another reason that the markets could be dropping, especially the crypto market, is the current situation in MicroStrategy and STRC that continues to drop and is already at 76. And MSTR is at 86. Wow. So it continues to create pressure on a strategy. And you can see strategy is under investigation. That is the headline that came out. So that is potentially putting pressure on strategy stock price and creating fear that Saylor will have to sell Bitcoin in order to cover some of these losses. And so that's creating even more fear. But right now, that algo trade that happened wasn't because of this, but the sell-off over the past 2 days has been because of this, and this just continues it. But that sell-off that we saw was, I think, algo related because it sold off together everything, right? But XRP did show sort of a strength, not dropping under $1. But this is, again, the lowest that we have seen XRP since November of 2024. Now, if we were back up here and you say, oh, XRP, someone that got it at $1, would you think that that is a good price or a bad price? And that's something that you have to take into consideration right now and try to figure out yourself. Is it a good price now or a bad price? Right now, nearly 11 million Bitcoin are now in a loss, the highest level ever on record. Bitcoin dropped to 59,000, has pushed 10.83 billion Bitcoin into loss, the highest level. Long term holders now own 14.8 million, roughly 70% of the circulating supply, with 30%, 7% of which is in the red. Now, this is an interesting scenario because when you have significant amount of holders and a specific asset that are in the red, psychologically, it's hard for most of us to buy when we are down on the position. Some people will freak out, of course, and they'll sell. And some people will buy the dip, but it's not easy. When you see something that's continuing to drop and continuing to drop, you say to yourself, well, how low can it go? I don't know. And there's all kinds of tactics to do that. Most people will buy into the FOMO, right? And when things are going up, they continue to buy because they believe, oh, it's going to go to infinity and beyond. But most likely that's not going to happen, and what usually happens when something's going parabolic is it has a tendency to sell off. I like more, uh, slow and steady than fast and then selling off in a very short period of time after. That's just what I've learned. That is much better for a period of 4 or 5 years is when a stock suddenly skyrockets. Is even if it's for some good news, there's always some profit taking. But when a stock is slowly, or crypto is slowly going up for a very long period of time, it's much better, it's much stronger. But again, the crypto market has had previously the 4 year cycles that have affected what's happening in the crypto market. Someone asked in the comment section today, Avi, do you think this is the bottom of the 4 year cycle? And I said, well, I don't really know because this 4 year cycle has been different than the other 4 year cycles. And it seems that the 4 year cycle itself as a concept is over because once we hit a new all time high for Bitcoin prior to halving, which had never happened before, the whole thing went out the door. Well, also, in previous cycles, we had low interest rates that we didn't have this time. Now, Benjamin Cohen will tell you that in midterm election years, Bitcoin has a tendency to rise in the summer, then sell off, and then have a last sell off into end of the year towards November, and that's usually when it recovers. So we'll see if that is the recipe now for the crypto market. We talked about how the crypto market and Bitcoin and XRP have always sold off when Japan raised interest rates of an average of about 20% since they have been raising interest rates in the past 2 years. So that is a factor as well that is putting pressure on the crypto market. And we have to take advantage of this, or we have to learn from this and make ourselves better and better investors and better traders. And right, again, if you think that we're in for more pain, then you can go short. And if you think we're in for a recovery, then you can go long, whatever your heart desires. And again, you can do it with our partners. If you are interested, we have Ubit, and you get that $200 position voucher. And of course, BTCC, our long-term partner, 3,500 XRP giveaway till the end of the mid-July. We're having the competition. So come and join. The winner is going to be the top trader. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.